Hello, this is Bill Clodsey. Welcome to another Guilds of Ravnica draft. It's still a relevant format and a fun one for me. I'll miss the 5 guilds. I'm excited for the other 5 guilds in the next set, but is obviously a good one. Pretty good pack here. Strong. The only downside is that we're going to be passing at least one Izzet card. Maybe exactly one Izzet card. The two best cards here are the Crackling Drake and Niv Mizzet. The other uncommons are also worth mentioning. They're in a single color. I think Crackling Drake is better than both of these, but their appeal is they're a little more consistent. District Guide being a little better than Rock Charger here, but Niv Mizzet is just completely busted and unbeatable, so we'll have another Niv Mizzet draft passing Crackling Drake, Guide, Charger, and Hypothesizel, maybe Watcher after that. Okay, next up. A little early to be taking Devious Cover-Up, but it is a card I'm looking at. Ornery Goblin, also a bit early for that. Capture Sphere would be fine. House Guild Mage might even be on the table. Whew. I mean, I definitely want to commit to Niv Mizzet. It is powerful enough to build around. And I definitely want Devious Cover-Up in this deck. Could this be wrong? Yeah, I'm going to take Devious Cover-Up here. Oh wow, Beacon Bolt, nice. It's cards like Beacon Bolt which make Capture Sphere a bit worse. Even though it's still quite good, I find myself not prioritizing that effect. Anyway, Beacon Bolt here versus Hypothesizel, Radical Idea, and Unexplained Disappearance. Rare and uncommon missing, foil still in the pack. We're being passed to by Theriot, JRH, AVB, Malavi, Ainlace, Arbok, and the King of Spain. Wow, the King. Anyway, yeah, I'll take Beacon Bolt here over Hypothesizel. Maybe we can get something like this back. It is common, and the Bolt can just be like 2 5 damage spells. Goblin Electromancer. If we take this, that kind of carves our place out in Izzet, which is nice. We're not passing other good blue cards. I mean, I would play, in a more controlling Izzet deck, I would play maybe 1 Velocity or Altitude and be pretty happy with it. But they're not priorities if you are trying to get to the late game. Electromancer is very good though. That's going to make all your counter magic cheaper and just be a nice interactive spell early. Notion Rain, another good one, but right now I'm not looking to get into black. Hypothesizel. Wow. Well, with this many going around, it's possible we wheel one. Dimir Guildgate is kind of looking at me here, but I want to make sure we at least get one of these sizzles, and it does get better now that we have Electromancer. I also don't want to be passing that many sizzles. Plaza is a land that adds blue and red, and possibly any other splash. Again, I might play 1 Velocity, but I'm not prioritizing it. Here I'll go with Boros Guildgate. I've had success in Jeskai because there are some good white removal spells that you'd be happy to splash. Now to the dregs. I guess it's not so bad. I kind of missed Dazzling Lights on first glance. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm quite happy with this card in Izzet. Next up, Swathcutter Giant is a potential splash off this Guildgate. We already have the best 6-drop, but this has a lot of utility. It's a 5/5 that can help wipe your opponent's board. Cosmotronic Wave is another card that can do that for a little cheaper and helps. Look at all this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our curve is nice. 0 through 6 in our first 7 picks. Anyway, I'll go for the Wave. Kind of a sideboard card here, but the Giant is not an appealing sideboard card. Selesnya Guildgate versus Maximize Altitude. I want to cut Izzet pretty much as hard as possible, and like I say, I'll play one of these. This is not a deck where I'm excited to main deck a Cosmotronic Wave. I wouldn't mind if we got some Cyclopses or other things, but right now it's kind of on the sidelines. Here's a tough pick. Dimir Informant and Whisper Agent. The Whisper Agent is a bit better. It's a little harder to cast in this deck, but it plays well with instants. Informant locks up the ground pretty well, but yeah, and it does surveil more, but I'll go for the Whisper Agent here. This plays defense pretty well, able to trade with a lot, and it also just puts a clock on your opponent on an empty board, so those are a couple good reasons to prefer it. And if we pick up a Dimir Guildgate, then the mana's not so bad. Late Radical Idea. Very happy to get this. Not even bad in multiples, especially with a couple of Electromancers sitting around. 1 altitude, 1 velocity. You could consider taking Boros Locket or Selesnya Guildgate here, but the only Locket I would really want to play with Niv Mizzet in my deck is It Locket. Take a Creeping Chill for my modern collection, and Maniacal Rage because it's red. Not a bad pack one. Of note, we didn't wheel any good Izzet cards. Well, that might not even be true. We got a late Radical Idea. But the Capture Sphere kind of things, the Hypothesizals we passed early, did not come back. Here we don't get a good rare, although this is my favorite art so far on Temple Garden. They kind of nailed it this time, I guess. Another Boros Guildgate, a couple good Dimir cards, and for us, a Hypothesizal, which I'm happy to take. I'd love to get another Electromancer or two. I'm also pretty happy we took this Devious cover-up when we did. It's not the kind of card that, well, it used to wheel a lot, but I don't want to assume this is going to wheel. And it's pretty important for the deck. Wow. White cards, Dawn of Hope and Conclave Tribunal. We have that Boros Guildgate, we can splash. That gives us another late game bomb that I'm pretty interested in here. Izzet Locket's another one. Hopefully we can wheel this. I'm not actually sure here. Dawn of Hope versus Tribunal. Tribunal is one of the best answers to Niv Mizzet. Fairly easy to cast. But I will take Dawn of Hope. There are some boards that just can't deal with it. And we don't need many white sources to get it going. Right, the people passing to us in this direction are taking Izzet and prioritizing it highly. No fixing even left. The best card for us here might be Sworn Companions at this point. It's a spell. It doubles as a creature that can help stabilize. You can block their land creatures or attack into a board if they're racing you with flyers. Feeds are whatever. Helped by Electromancer, helps Niv Mizzet, helps Beacon Bolt. Put it in there. Swiftblade Vindicator. Now there's a Jeskai card. And then Invert Invent. We have two good sorceries now, and certainly enough instants to make it powerful. We also get past a Goblin Electromancer, and because we have double Hypothesizal already, I'm going to prioritize that here over Invert Invent. I like Invert Invent. I want one, but I'm going to grab an Electromancer instead. And rewarded a bit, the third Hypothesizal. Watery Grave's not worth too much. The one that's worth over 3 tickets is the Izzet Guildgate, but Watery Grave not worth too much. Anyway, I mean, that is a consideration. Also, Izzet Guildgate would be good in this deck especially. Even Boros Guildgate. Not Guildgate, the Shocklands I'm talking about. But Hypothesizzle, even as a third copy, I'm happy with it here. Hopefully we can pick up another cover-up, because if we're drawing all these cards, it's not too uncommon to go through most of your deck. Yeah, speaking of drawing cards, Radical Idea. This is a great one to discard to Hypothesizzle. Disdainful Stroke. Our second piece of counter magic. These pieces are important, and I'm glad to get it. Pass Wall Adept, nice early interaction. Boros Guildgate versus Companions. I'll take the Guildgate. We do want some more fixing here. Hopefully Pack 3 treats us well for Izzet once again. Take Heart. Maybe Color, actually. That's an answer to Niv Mizzet, and it's also something we can bring in against opposing Doom Whisperers or even Dowser of Lights. Golgari Guildgate versus all of the rest of this. Don't think we want any of this, but I will take the Guildgate just in case. Maybe the mana gets even better and we open something like Vraska. Could happen. Crush Contraband. This is a card I just haven't seen resolve many times, but I guess it's a good sideboard card. Crushing Canopy, another Collar. Sure. Crushing Canopy is pretty good against us, but so is the Collar, and it's a card we can play. Where's that fixing? Not great fixing here, but we are running triple Boros Guildgate, or at least we have access to triple Boros Guildgate, and that means Justice Strike can be a nice removal spell for us. So I'll take that here over Piston Fist Cyclops, another card I would like access to, but it's not going to contend with the strike here. There we go. Yes, that kind of brings our deck together. We have two bombs here, Niv Mizzet and Dawn of Hope. If these go unanswered, Niv Mizzet wins very quickly. Dawn of Hope kind of wins a grindy game, but they can be answered with or erased. They can be answered or erased. If one of those is answered, Murmuring Mystic is another bomb class card that can win you the game. So I definitely want that. Guildmage is okay. I would want Izzet Locket, but get that Mystic. Here, League Guildmage. It's unlikely we're going to copy something as crazy as Hypothesizzle, but it could happen if we have a couple Electromancers in play and we just start flooding out. I'll grab it here. Even copying a Beacon Bolt, 6 mana, 1 Electromancer, that gets pretty good. You can copy jump-started cards too. Sure, talked myself into that one. And I definitely want to prioritize the cards in Izzet that are good instead of splashing too many white cards. Yes, we have access to white, but we only really want to put the best of the best white cards in if we can afford to pass them. Another Cosmotronic Wave. I think here it's just Discovery. A solid cantrip style card. We don't have the fixing for the black side of it, but usually you don't even want that dispersal. I mean, it is instant, so you can kind of catch them on their draw step or whatever. Catch them with 0 cards in their hand. I'll grab it here. Okay, we have some gates, so Glaive is a consideration. Really, the card we want to pick up here is Izzet Locket. We don't have the Izzet fixing yet, just haven't seen many Izzet gates at all. So it's going to be hard to cast Niv Mizzet on time, let alone early, but Izzet Locket helps a ton with that. Another Izzet Locket, yes. I think we want both of these. We have a lot of card draw here. We really need another thing like Devious Cover-Up, but I'll grab another Locket. Another Disdainful Stroke. And another Boros Guildgate. I'll take the second stroke. If we come into something like the mirror match, we'll be happy for it. Gateway Plaza, sure. Our first Izzet Guild Gate, or any gate you want. The best Orzhov fixing in the set. What do we want from this pack? Demure Guildgate helps us with the other side of Discovery, and then Sworn Companions kind of helps out with our creature count and our spell count. And it helps Dawn of Hope a bit too. We don't have big gate payoffs. I'll go for Sworn Companions here. But the third Izzet Locket. We're not passing much to get it. Parhelion Patrol is interesting. Yeah, I'll grab the third Locket. I don't want to play 3, especially without the second cover-up. It's going to be a weird one. Our opponents can deck us just by casting instants and sorceries if we can't kill them fast enough. Yeah, this deck would be very good with the second cover-up, but I actually don't think it's that good without it. Call me crazy. Hammer Dropper, maybe we just need something like this. We can give it unblockability with Pass Wall Adept and hope that's good enough, just clear the way with it. Yeah, maybe I'm a little too worried about this. We have plenty of good bombs. We should be able to lock things up before too long. Oh, Street Riot, kind of my pet project here. Not very good. We do have a lot of, well, a few token makers, so maybe that makes it better, but I'll just grab Righteous Blow. I'm almost regretting that. No, I think it's still pretty bad here. If I wasn't trying to win as much as entertain, I'd probably play it there, but let's just assume I'm trying to win this draft. The fourth Boros Locket. I mean, Guild Gate, whatever it is. 3 should be enough. We're playing, what, 4 white cards? We could play it instead of single planes, and that might be enough sources. .24. At this point, maybe cut Hammer Dropper. Play no black. How are we going to build this? I do want to play 23. We're going to be drawing a lot of extra cards, but we do want to sort of draw the core of our deck here, and we have lots of ways to discard extra lands, and a couple mana sinks, Dawn of Hope. Even these Izzet Lockets. And what I especially do not want to do is discard spells in the early game to keep going with a Radical Idea. Because these games can and will come down to my deck size. If we get enough games, that is. Two Lockets looks good. 3 Hypothesizals, 2 Radical Ideas. That's going to make Mystic very good. We're just a bit lacking on the threats. I might want Hammer Dropper just for that reason, as I was saying before. Maybe I'll go 16 lands here. I'm gonna be drawing so many extra cards, hopefully, and we've got these 2 Lockets, and I don't want to miss out on cards. We'll be discarding cards to Hypothesizal. Yeah, my only worry here is that we don't have enough ways to fill up our our library. To combat that, we could play more than 40 cards. I think that might be right. That sounds kind of nuts. But hear me out. Third Is It Locket, second Disdainful Stroke, and then just a maximize velocity. Just throw it in there. So we add 3 cards, maybe we add 3 lands. So 20 lands here. $19 lands. We'll still probably deck ourselves, but this does give us a better chance not to. 17. Yeah, I mean, call me crazy. You don't usually want to do this, but it seems right to me. 18. 18. Most of our red cards are also blue. 18, 11, 5. What do I say, 20 lands? Then we can play all of our Boros Guild Gates. Something like that. 18, we'll want 10 sources of blue. 10, 9, 5. Add 1 more blue. 11, 9, 5, but it's really like 14, 12, 5, which should be plenty. Okay, this is not a stipulation where I have to play 47 cards. It's just what I think might be right, and I'm willing to try it out here. Feels weird. It's the kind of deck that isn't going to be casting Niv Mizzet on turn 5 very often, but it might even give it the best chance to play it on turn 5 and not deck ourselves by winning. You know, the deck's powerful enough. It just needs more cards in its library. That's its greatest resource. So let me know what you think about that, but let's try it out. Not off to a great start. It does make these draws a little less consistent, but I'm going to have to mulligan this 7-card hand, and this hand looks a lot better. Niv Mizzet has to go on top. We have 2 red sources, and that'll give us our 3rd blue source with the locket. We're going to lose pretty quick to an aggressive Healer's Hawk draw, but we'll see. See if we can get that 3rd red source. Graveyard, graveyard. Get another blue. We might have too many blue in this deck. I'm not used to building 47 card mana bases. But what are you going to do? Still on track. Why do I have my end step here? Okay. Oh, there it is. We got there, I guess. We can just hypothesizzle on their turn and wreck this Healer's Hawk. We'll take 1 hit from it, I think. See what they're up to. Maybe not even discard a card here. Ooh, what to discard? Let's discard Dazzling Lights. And then hopefully our Niv Mizzet can resolve. They may have a good answer to it. But if not, if we untap with Niv Mizzet, we're in such good shape here. White-green maybe has the best answers to it, like the Exile spell. Parhelion Patrol is not the answer, so I guess we're getting there. We have 3 spells in our graveyard, so Beacon Bolt is going to come down here and wreak havoc. How much mana do we have available? This will be 5, which is plenty. It's working. Beacon Bolt this thing, draw a card. Ping you. Sworn Companions. This is where there's a thing, I don't know if it's worth it. I might just have to concede to this 47 card deck. Wait, what did they do? They took Heart. Oh, interesting. So we draw the card, it's Murmuring Mystic. We can do another damage to the patrol, but that's not going to get anything done, so I'll just do the damage to them. Swing with Niv Mizzet? Yeah. Yeah, I might as well. If they didn't have the answer last turn, it's not likely they have it this turn, sort of maybe a couple draws out of 30. Flower, okay. Ping you. Flower draws us a card and just finds them a basic land. Nice. Basic plains into play. They're ahead for a brief moment here. Do we want to pick on this patrol? Yeah, let's pick on the patrol, and then we can do something like... we can do so many different things. That might have been bad. Whatever. Murmuring Mystic. Boros Guildgate. Is it Locket? I don't know what I'm doing here. Just a bunch of random stuff. I kind of changed my mind. I should have pointed this at them if I was going to make this play. And I'm not going to attack into this because I value my Niv Mizzet, and a combat trick could wreck it. I will attack with Electromancer. I guess that's a fine trade. If they make that, if they take that trade, then all the 1/1s get in for free. 7 Siege Worm. 6. Just a Siege Worm, yeah, no problem. Prey upon Niv Mizzet, you got it. I didn't want to draw any more cards anyway. Maybe that's not true. Maybe I do want to draw more cards. But yeah, beginning of the end for them. Shieldmate is not going to be good enough. We have a 7-card hand here with all these lockets. And they just, lose in the air? Great. Selesnya. Just a pretty normal looking Selesnya deck. I don't know exactly what we want. Probably both colors. another plains instead of an island. We have a few too many islands, I think. Maybe put in one color. I'm not sure if we want Righteous Blow. It can deal with their 2/2 vigilances, but they have tricks and stuff in combat anyway. I don't know if we want Cosmotronic Wave. We saw mostly tough creatures and any other good stuff. Yeah, the Disdainful Strokes will be nice. Everything else looks good, so let's hope we can draw some stuff again. But yeah, even in that game, we had not only drawn more cards than them, but drawn more than 7 more cards than them, because we ended up with less cards in our deck at the end of it. Keep it. And they had a slow enough start that we could finish them off pretty easily. But some games aren't gonna go quite as smoothly, I would imagine. Shield Mate. Okay. Turn 2, Dawn of Hope. Now that's something. Yes, let's play Dawn of Hope. Radical Idea is something we can do when we're looking for something, but Dawn of Hope is something we can curve out into. Then we'll get this Sworn Companions going, and probably just offer the trade with the Shield Mate here. If they have the trick, they have to use it. We still gain some life, and whatever from that point. Take heart for them. Yeah, sure. No, we can't pay for those. There's Niv Mizzet. Not going to be super easy to cast off this Plains, but what do we want to do here? I think we go Is It Locket and pass. The Righteous Blow is a good option against the Healer's Hawk, which I kind of forgot about. Draw a Radical Idea off the Radical Idea. Gate gives us access to Niv Mizzet next turn no matter what. So if we play that, we don't get to Radical Idea, but I think that's fine. And they're just stuck on 2 mana here. So let's make a blocker, maybe not block with it. If we... Yeah. And they still find no land. 47 cards is the way to go. It gives you that spicy, perfect mana balance. Pass it back. Now they need some crazy Prey Upon combo to even come close to killing us here. 2 Take Hearts and Prey Upon pre-combat. No, even that wouldn't work. Even that wouldn't work. Night of Autumn killing Dawn of Hope. That's one option. Another option is to pump it up and then try to combo it with Prey Upon. But it looks like we're just way too far ahead here. We're going to kill all their creatures this turn. Draw 2 cards off this, kill that. Yeah, they're so dead here. It's so over. Okay. Do 1 there, draw another card, do that to you. Play Murmuring Mystic. Swing. We got there. Alright, the deck is playing well. Didn't quite draw 7 more cards than them, but 5 more cards. Round 2. Do we want to play first? Yes. Do we like this hand? Yes. And we have 40 cards left in our deck. Awesome. I hope someone notices it and points it out. Hey man, you must be new here. It's like Picasso, you get so good at your art, you go back, you regress into like childish art, full circle. Anyway, we Guild Mage, not a bad draw. And make no mistake, this is nothing short of art. A true masterpiece. Burglar Rat. What to discard? I think we just discard the island. Yeah. Radical Idea will dig us a bit deeper. Burglar Rat's pretty good. Makes me feel silly that I was on the play. Knowing that we have a bunch of Burglar Rats. Another one. No, not another one. I don't think they attack here, yeah. It's too obvious, I guess. Hypothesisal, we can top that one. Copy. We don't really have enough to copy Radical Idea yet. That's kind of a shame. We could just use it to draw a card. Yeah, that seems good. Pass here. I don't want to allow them that double block. It would be kind of a bad bluff to make, since the Whisper Agent does such a good job of holding back their attackers. And they know that we could use this 4 mana on something, so they'd be happy enough wasting our turn if we did have something. Draw card, and no mana for them. And they're going to kill the Guild Mage in response? No, flash in their own Whisper Agent, so it doesn't get ionized or whatever. Lock it. We could sizzle something here. Like the Passwall Adept, for example, and do that while they don't have their own counter magic up. I bet they kept a land on top after their Surveil. Let's discard. What do we want to discard here? Let's discard Justice Strike and kill Passwall Adept. That looks a bit weird, but Radical Idea is a nice card in the short term for Murmuring Mystic. And then just pass. I'll trade the Whisper Agent with their Whisper Agent. Right now, Whisper Agent is better than Passwall Adept, but Passwall Adept gives them a win condition, and I don't really want them to have a win condition. Yeah, they do draw a Swamp off the top. Cleverly surveilled to the top. And they keep both this time as well. Yeah. Trade there. My Guild Mage is worth a little bit more to me. Mystic in play. We played our land for the turn. And I'm a little afraid of Devious Cover-Up, so I'm going to fire off Radical Idea right now. The bad part about that being is that it exiles our Radical Idea, not so much that it shuffles their stuff back. 4/5? 3/4. We need a lot more tokens in the air to block that favorably. But we have 2 more Hypothesisals in the deck. And now we have enough mana for Niv Mizzet here with our Gate and all this red, or Locket rather, and all this red. There's our white source. Let us... If we play our Locket and play the Guild Gate, we have enough here to draw with Guild Mage. It's unclear if we want to draw. Maybe we could use Radical Idea to get another creature in play. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what they do. Attack with Watcher, that's pretty clear. No surprise there. Don't kill the Mystic. Please. Muse Drake, not a problem. I'll use the Guild Mage. It's just more mana efficient. And we might want the extra red this turn. Let's see what we draw. We could also get a bit of a discount on this ability by copying Radical Idea with it. Easy draw 2. Maybe that's not necessary. Let's just discard an island. See what we find. We find an island. The Dawn of Hope. And pass it. Now what? Draw 2 with Izzet Locket, draw 1 with Guild Mage, or something in between. I don't love drawing 2 with Izzet Locket. I think I'd rather just use the Guild Mage while we can. They don't really want to come in with Muse Drake. I could see them attacking with Watcher in the Mist, though. I guess they've predicted that we don't have a thing here, or maybe they have their own Artful Takedown or something. Another Muse Drake. Wow. They're drawing almost as many cards as we are. No. Another Locket. Good stuff. Well, draw a couple cards, see what we can get. Not much. And I want to use Dawn of Hope here. So what can we get away with? We can get away with Maximize Velocity. That doesn't get us very far. Or we could use Izzet Locket and Discovery to try to set up next turn. Yeah, I guess I like that. Radical Idea. The best way to handle this is just to send both to the graveyard, I think. That only gives us one Dawn of Hope trigger, but that should be fine. Actually, let's draw the Radical Idea, because that gives us another bird. And then we don't play Izzet Locket here. Huh. They're going to have some 4-drop that kills us here. That's okay. That's alright. If I did it the other way, I would have played, well, it might have been better. In any case, let's get another bird. Just a 1-mana bird, no problem. And how do we block this mess? Probably send 4 birds on the Watcher and take 2 if they come in with everything. That could eat up a lot of our birds in the face of an Artful Takedown. So to play around Artful Takedown only, we could block the Watcher with all 5 birds. That doesn't seem very good. 3, 4. Maybe we just block all of our birds on a Muse Drake. That can't go too wrong, right? And then we have a little more life to play with here. This can't go too wrong. Artful Takedown plus something like Dazzling Lights would make 5 birds blocking the Watcher too bad. This way, several of our birds should survive, and the Muse Drake should die, almost no matter what they have. Yeah. I didn't expect that. That hate for my thing. There we go. Nice. Easy win button. But you see how we kind of drew a lot of cards before we got here, turn 10. It didn't need to happen immediately. Oh, now we can just go crazy. We can do our maximize velocity on, well, it doesn't matter, bird illusion. Kill the hired poisoner. Play land and pass it. And now we have Disdainful Stroke for their Artful Takedown or their Deadly Visit or whatever they're going to use to try to deal with Niv Mizzet. Informant does not do it. I'm not going to use Radical Idea to discard Is It Locket here. Maybe that would be wise. I mean, you see, we're already at less cards than they are, so we've drawn 8 more cards than they have. And we were on the play. But Niv Mizzet will do that, so I'm just going to hold back here. Start pinging things. Well, how much damage are we going to deal this turn? Not too awfully much. Maybe we should just ping them. No, I don't mind pinging Watcher, and it's, I don't know. Just gonna ping them. And then, Boros Guildgate, Is It Locket? Is It Locket? Pass. Now we can make an army of Dawn of Hope tokens. We hold up our counter magic. We have Electrolyze by cracking a locket with Niv Mizzet. Well, Super Electrolyze, draw 2 cards. Draw 2 cards, spread 2 damage anywhere you like. Super Electrolyze. That looks big. Is it uncounterable? Destroy all tiny creatures? Let's see what we draw first. I think we can try to pick off Muse Drake here. And here's how. Whoops. Disdainful Stroke, Ritual of Soot. Whoops. I hope I... Nice. I hope I end this game. Well, it might have gotten to that point where I had less cards than 7 in my deck. Because every damage we're dealing, we have to draw a card to do. You know, we can just go crazy with tokens maybe before that point, but yeah, they see the writing. We're going to put in Collar again, and that'll require another Plains to be any good. Righteous Blow doesn't look great. A second Collar might be worth it, but it does mess our mana up a little bit. Is Lights any good? I think just as being a cheap spell, it is good. Oh, we put in the Collar. What should we take out? Sworn Companions doesn't look great. In which case we probably don't need to add another Plains in. But I will anyway. It's a good enough change here. Let's see, Collar the Culprit. If things get too out of control, we could bring in another one, but I'm going to try to focus on my game plan and have them answer it rather than just putting in lots of extra answers. They're down to 6. We'll happily keep this hand on the play, or on the draw. I think if we lost that, we'd choose to be on the draw anyway, versus Burglar Rat and all of Burglar Rat's friends. Is this it? Nope, pass while adept. Huh. Okay, let us play the Mountain, and that holds up Justice Strike. But why aren't you holding up Disdainful Stroke? I don't know. Not playing around Dark Ritual into whatever. Where did they mulliganed? They also put a card on the bottom, so they didn't like it. Okay, no play from us. Just get this Locket out. Hopefully it... Well, I guess there is no counter magic for Locket here. The only one that would make sense is Ionize with 1 blue, but they don't have red. Oh no, our shields are down. Insight? Well, I don't think we even counter that. But what do we do? Let us resolve a threat. Hammer Dropper. The old splash for Hammer Dropper deck. 47 cards. Not your typical deck. No. 1 mana answer to our 4-drop bomb. Wow. We're getting wrecked here. Let us discard Dazzling Lights. That also powers up Beacon Bolt. And it's the only card we don't really need right now. Are they going to counter our Sizzle? I think they might, so I'm not going to play it now. Wow, this is a tough one. Do I want to play this land out? Yeah, I guess I do want to play the land. We only saw 1 rat from them. Huh. We don't really want to bolt. The only counterspell they could have is Disdainful Stroke. I'm just going to save our own Disdainful Stroke for their thing. And then maybe use our Locket. Although that's our only... Well, that's our second blue source, so we don't really want to use the Locket. I'd rather Hypothesizzle if they tap out. So we might let something resolve. If they don't hold 2 mana up, I might let something resolve if it's not too backbreaking. Yeah, they'll probably counter the Sizzle, but what are you going to do? Can't play around it forever. It is Disdainful Stroke, but that's not one we can play around with our Disdainful Stroke, so I guess it's fine. Fair play. Okay. Not cracking the Locket on my turn, and depending on if or what we use next turn, we'll have, if we crack it now, we won't have the right mana for it, because we could either hold up Guildgate and Island, or Guildgate and Guildgate, and that holds up different spells here. There aren't that many 2-drops in the deck we want to run out here anyway. Unmoored Ego? Why? So you're gonna get Niv Mizzet. Oh, that's so spicy. Well, does it change anything to draw it? No, it just makes it likelier that we have it in our hand for them to discard it from there. I hope they named the wrong Niv Mizzet, although I think that's harder to do online these days. Niv Mizzet, Perun. There it is. You get to see all our sweet cards. This is the one matchup. We don't need it to win, but they're going to take a minute with this to, to check off cards that aren't in our deck as we play them. It's kind of something that's harder to do in live play. You can't just list every card in your opponent's deck, but you can take a screenshot and kind of like check cards off one at a time as you see them, which is a nice information game to play. They didn't take that long for it, so maybe they're used to it. Take it to 13. They know we have Disdainful Stroke too, which is kind of a mess. But they don't know what we drew there, and that's pretty good. Ugh. I hope Dawn of Hope resolves. Don't you? Yeah. It has to be... I forget the name of the counterspell. The uncommon counterspell. That's what it would have to be. And then we have a little hope token to trade with the Burglar Rat, or maybe not even trade with it. Maybe just attack past it. There's our Niv Mizzet. Poor guy. Unmoored Ego. Yeah, I'll let them have their 1 damage, and we should be able to attack past it with our own thing. Maybe even draw a card. What's this then? Ah, Chemister's Insight, discarding Island. I didn't care about that anyway. What is this? Disappearance? Fine. Whoa, cool card. Soldier is its name, and it is colorless. They're going to put Rituals of Soot in their graveyard, no problem. And we are going to play a blocker and hold up Counter Magic and Justice Strike. Now we can do both. So many Boros Guildgates. No, is it Guildgates? What a shame. Belligerent. Bell, like, beautiful. Informant. Can't counter that. Also can't kill it with Justice Strike. Also can't kill it with Beacon Bolt. Yet. Another one. Yeah, well, those cards are okay and all, but they can't attack through Electromancer very well. And we should be able to kill Passwall Adept by the time that becomes a real threat. Okay. Make our Electromancer, maybe start making these Dawn of Hope tokens on their end step. They know about Disdainful Stroke. The Electromancer doesn't help us that much here, but I think it's fine. It can help us later. We have a couple more Hypothesizals and whatnot. And the redundant copy seemed pretty good there. Make Burglar Rat unblockable. Or, yeah, Burglar Rat. Okay. And then they can just attack with all kinds of stuff. Yeah, but if they attack with the Passwall Adept, we can pick it off. Declare blocks. It's unblockable. Can't declare blocks. Cool. This gives us 4 damage for Pass Wall Adept. They can't really counter it or interact here, so we are free to go for it. Discarding probably our own Pass Wall Adept, but maybe Justice Strike. Yeah, I'll discard Justice Strike here. Play a land. That gives us another Dawn of Hope, and now the cover-up helps us quite a bit. Poor Niv Mizzet exiled, so we can't even get it back with our own cover-up. We have cover-up with Disdainful Stroke backup in case they have a cover-up. Oh, it's looking good. They might be on the race plan here to just... Oh, they don't have a Pass Wall out, so they don't have any attacks at all then. Okay, shields down. Is this a good idea? Probably. Yeah. Discovery Dispersal doesn't do much here. It can help draw us towards something, but I'll just hold back on that. On the other hand, we could play this Pass Wall Adept. Hold our stuff back, make a token holding up all our counter magic still. Got to get all these lands out. Yeah, still no attacks here. I'm going to wait for a bigger turn. They're wishing they had Ritual of Soot. Although it kills their whole board too. Whisper Agent's fine. Surveil, part of me wants to not just draw through our deck because they're going to mill first. Plague Crafter, that's fine. Yeah. We both have tokens to spare. Tokens, token time. Yeah, sit back on all our counter magic. Make a token army. No rush here. It's a really expensive turn to attack for 1 and draw a card, so I'm not even going to worry about that. Yeah, let's go ahead and stroke the Drake. Whoops, yeah. Well, who needs that mana anyway? Probably me. Because I missed another token making here. I guess I should have made that mana when I had the chance. Never mind. If we double block here, yeah, this will be good. Let's do something like Saw, and then draw 3 cards off of this, and then hold up Disdainful Stroke. Well, we don't need Disdainful Stroke. So probably just draw 2 cards here to make sure they don't resolve something amazing. What? Hey, oh, no, we got it. Awesome. On to the finals. 47 cards. Round 3. Kishan Vala takes the play, and we have a lot of good prospects here, so I'm going to keep it. Lands and spells. Turn 1 Gate, turn 2 Radical Idea. Or potentially Discovery to set up the draw. Just depends on what we get. Yeah, let's do Discovery here, because we're looking for an answer to an aggressive Izzet deck. These don't count. I'm going to grave both of these. We already have our white source, and we could use another red source, but we'll find it. We have much more blue in the deck than red, so that might have been a little crazy to dismiss both of those. That's not the best draw, but it's also not terrible. Sworn Companions here. Let's just play it out, and it means they're not very good blockers for the Goblin. They can soak up 2 damage, but They may keep the goblin back on defense or force them to play another attacker. Yeah, so no goblin attacking. That is a good sign. If we play the Mystic, does it die immediately to something on their turn? 5 damage spell. That is a worry. But I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's not an easy card for them to counter here. They need Devious Cover-Up or Disdainful Stroke. And if they do use their whole turn killing it next turn, that's not too bad. Okay, maybe they just have the counter spell here. Hopefully they just draw 2 cards, but I think they're gonna, yeah, Devious Cover-Up, exiling the Mystic forever. Pretty rough. And of course they don't want to shuffle back in Radical Idea. Not a big deal. Stop playing on our turn. That's my play. That's my plan. Alright, well, you think you're so tough, I'll do the same thing. Pass back to you. Definitely gonna hypothesizzle here. Probably discarding Velocity over Radical Idea. They're gonna play their own Discovery, that's fine. It's like the mirror match, except they don't have white for things like the Hammer Dropper. Not that they need it. Hopefully they don't have their own Niv Mizzet. Our answers to Niv Mizzet are few and far between. This helps our own Murmuring Mystic, but that is gone for good. Tough choice here. They end up binning 2 cards, Banneret and Mountain, so it's a bit more of an aggressive Izzet deck, although they can still stand to play a bunch of counter magic. Discarding, yeah, I said the Velocity, kills the Goblin, and that lets us attack with our soldiers. I don't think they can save it here, maybe they can bounce it, but that's not great. And then we have 2 Radical Ideas in hand, effectively, and 3 lands. Hopefully we draw something good. Do we draw anything good? Whisper Agent is good, I would say. We're going to play Whisper Agent, Velocitize it, perhaps. Locket can stay. Put that on top. Velocitize the agent. Might not be necessary, but I don't mind doing this. It works with our mana. Maybe they're going to bounce the agent now, but none of that matters too much. Just gives us an extra surveil. And if they don't interact here, we're going to go back up to 20. Yeah, and they go to 14. I like it. Now bounce? You don't bounce now. Ah, they're going to play Radical Idea. Do we want to play our own Radical Idea? It plays around their cover-up. Yeah, I guess we do. I guess that works. And if they cover it up from our graveyard, that's more than acceptable. Don't play anything too spooky. Direct Current on Whisper Agent. That's, yeah, nothing to be afraid of here. Nothing to worry about. We should be able to resolve everything. There aren't very many 2-mana counter spells for small stuff like we have. In fact, there aren't any. Radical Idea, discarding this. Play one, because we'll have plenty to do with our mana, hopefully. And oh, do they have the bounce now? They do. They probably had this the whole time. They just figured how they wanted to navigate this was with Direct Current, killing the 3/2. And then drawing Radical Idea with Radical Idea. But that's no big deal. I mean, they get to Surveil, they keep it on top, but they're only killing half a card here. I should really F6 here to kind of bluff that we might have something. Because people get wise of that, especially people in the finals of a thing here. They discard... Oh, they're playing another direct current. Lots of direct currents. Well, those kill our goblins pretty well. Play out the island. Now we'll have to try to think ahead of time what we want to put back in our deck. That's going to just be 4 cards because we don't have multiple copies of this, so we can't really pick and choose. And we'll probably put all the spells back except Electromancer. So that's Whisper Agent, it's other stuff. Muse Drake. Let's just get rid of that. That. Oop. So hard to click on things. Okay. Over tapping for that, but it caught it. They can't counter this. Probably I would just counter anything here. I mean, this draws them a card, so we'll use that ability, improve our draw step, crack this, and draw our hammer dropper. If that goes unanswered, that's pretty good. I'm like, what is this deck? What am I playing against? Sandbag an island. Swing 1. Look at this. Look at these life totals changing. Get used to changing life totals in the next set. Orzhov usually has some drain ability for 1. Hope they bring back Extort. Counter this. No. Oh, direct current coming back. Oh well, no fun. No fun at all. More where that came from too. They'll probably pick off our soldier before too long. The second white source is nice for Dawn of Hope. Now don't make any sudden movements. Okay. They probably have all sorts of good stuff over there. Like Niv Mizzet, they just need the land. Oh, is it the second copy? Oh, please be the second copy. No, it's Ionize. Oh well. I want to get rid of their second copy of Devious cover-up. If they have one. We weren't that lucky. But I don't care if they counter this. We have plenty of extra land. They want to counter it because it hits them and kills them. We can still draw our Niv Mizzet. Play it with counter magic backup. If they have their own flash 3/2, that's not good for us because it just gets in under our shields. Hypothesizal? Just definitely counter anything they can do here. Mission briefing. Mission briefing for what? Unexplained disappearance? Or I guess they could find something else. Surveilling mountain to the graveyard and bouncing soldier, no problem. Fire urchin is fine. Sizzle! That's good stuff. They would need an Ionize or something to counter it. I'm just gonna wait here. There's no guarantee we draw something good. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Take the 1. I mean, this is gonna take 24 turns to kill us. They do not have that long to wait. But I will do it now, even if it's just an inspiration, just to draw 2. Sure. Discard Dazzling Lights, kill the urchin. The best use of Dazzling Lights there, I can imagine. Sworn Companions, your best buddy. Ionize. A second copy of Ionize. Okay. I have had a deck with 2 Ionizes. It feels good. Whoops. I misclicked and played my land when I did not mean to. Not much else we need for it. I mean, we've used most of our jump start. Yeah, get that out of the way. They probably feel more comfortable playing their threat into less lands. Sorry, less cards in our hand. We just used a bunch of cards, so cool. Don't kill our well, they can kill the Guild Mage with direct current. That puts them pretty low on red sources. Like this turn, if they do have Niv Mizzet and they tap out for it, that's not great. I don't know if it's right not to kill Guild Mage there. And this feels excellent for me. They put 2 cards in the graveyard. Oh my goodness. All right. An embarrassingly good draw. We can copy Hypothesisal. Right? Don't we have just enough? Okay. So off the second one, we can discard a card. So let's discard. We have one more Is It Locket left. Let's discard Is It Locket, kill Watcher, swing for 2. Yeah. Seems pretty good. There is a red pump spell that can save it there. A card with 3 modes, sort of. It's red or white for +2/+2, and then Lightning Helix for 4, whatever that card's called. Beam Splitter Mage. What? Preposterous. Sure Strike. Wait, what? Oh, sure. They didn't cast Sure Strike. They cast Direct Current, discarding Sure Strike. Gotcha. And I don't want them to know we have Niv Mizzet, but I also want to win. So I'm going to cast Niv Mizzet. What are you going to do, you know? If you really want to win, you got to play good cards. They're going to cast their own. Watch. 100%. Oh, Inescapable Blaze. Let me see. I can counter that. It won't counter it, but it'll draw me a card and do a damage. And that's pretty good. Let's just fire both off at Beam Splitter Mage. You can still target it with it, which is kind of funny. And then Whisper Agent should be lethal here. Okay, you got him. I also don't want them to know about Whisper Agent, but I also want to win. And this forces the win instead of them having some wacky way of stabilizing. Top that. I don't want them to see that. At least we protect our Dawn of Hope, okay? At least we protect our Dawn of Hope. Not bad. Okay. So 2-0, 5-0 right now in the match game, I guess. Righteous Blow. Collar kills the 3/4 flyers, but so does any number of Hypothesisal. They have double Ionize. That is our big bane. Ionize does not deal with Niv Mizzet. I might want Righteous Blow. And this puts in one more spell. I wonder if they'll give us the draw. 20. So we put in 5 spells and 3 lands. That seems okay. Yeah, I'll do this. I assume they're going to put us on the draw. Unless there's something, so, well, we can take a look. Unless there's something that seems pretty bad against them. No, it all looks decent. Right down to maximize velocity. All right, they're still at 40. They don't know the new metagame here. No. This is the first time I've intentionally submit more than 40 cards in my main deck. I do think it's correct. I am trying as hard as I can to win. This hand's not very good, by the way. But only because of a special conflux of like card draw and bombs and late game stuff, and lack of a second devious cover up. So I don't recommend just submitting 47 or 48 cards, but I got away with it. Less than 1% of the time, I'd say. It's probably a 1 in 1,000 thing where it's like actually correct to do it. And maybe not even correct. Despite it working out here, you could argue that it would just be better if we had less cards. Fire Urchin, yeah, I mean, the first awkward draw, I did take out a land. They did go on the play like I expected, but we just haven't really done much with it. Now what do they have? Sure Strike? That's fine. The Pass Wall Adept's not going to do a lot for us here. They get in a couple extra damage, but they use up their turn. And hopefully we can draw land before too long. There we go. Not bad, not bad. I'm just going to pass it here. We did show them Whisper Agent, but there's not a whole lot we can do without another mana. So like Locket just doesn't let us do anything that turn. Plaza I can get behind. Top that. That lets us use the extra mana from Locket. Hopefully they don't counter Locket, because then we're really left with nothing. Don't do it. Don't counter it. Counter the thing we play with it. Oh, don't do it. Unexplained disappearance. That's okay. That should be fine. Phew, okay, maybe we'll take an extra damage here from the Urchin, but yeah, they like their card with disappearance. We take another 1 or maybe 2 damage here, depending on what they do. And they're tapping out. So we can, what can we do? We play land, first of all, but then we can Electromancer into double companions, if only we had another white. Yeah, pretty awkward hand here. They know we have Whisper Agent. But I'll still pretend we have other stuff as well. Maybe they'll ionize this instead of the Electromancer or something. I don't want them to ionize Devious cover-up of all the crazy things. So they can come in with 1 in the air. Not a problem. And not holding up Ionize, they're playing Murmuring Mystic. I guess I should have held up Devious cover-up, because that's a good one. They can't have anything else here, right? Maybe their own maximize velocity, just to make a bird. I mean, it's not the worst use of it. Righteous Blow, don't need that. Our own Murmuring Mystic, okay. Under their shields. As good a time as any to cast it. Doesn't get ionized. We might not get a bird off it, but let's just get the Electromancer in play. Those don't get countered. We don't have good attacks. But yeah, our board is way better for the short term. We're drawn out of this. We had an awkward start with too few lands, but we are drawing out of it. And if we untap here with Murmuring Mystic in play, we're in good shape. I think our Electromancer could die, would be fine. The Agent could die, would be fine. But if the Mystic dies, we might be in trouble. Doesn't look like it's dying. 6 mana, Niv Mizzet, here it is. Oh, Inescapable Blaze, yeah, they're killing Murmuring Mystic. That is too bad. But we get rid of a good answer to our own Niv Mizzet. And our Electromancer survives, which isn't bad here. Just fire off a Radical Idea. Huh. And it's just dead, so we can get it back with Devious Cover-Up, as it turns out. I'll do this again. Hopefully we draw an untapped land. Justice Strike. Oh, it doesn't do anything here. Not great. Okay, pass it. Hold up our own cover-up. Get in there, bird aggro. Now we didn't see their Niv Mizzet, but I would kind of be, oh, is this direct current? Ah, they're gonna ionize our Devious Cover-Up, aren't they? They have the mana for it. I don't really want them to do that. No, don't ionize our Devious Cover-Up. They have 2 in the deck. They've drawn 18 cards. They haven't had an opportunity to play. They probably have both in their hand. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. This is kind of bad, but they might not have it, so there's that. No, I'm pretty sure they have it. No, they don't have it. They would definitely use it there. Phew, alright, well, don't give your opponent too much credit. Don't lose to cards they don't have. I mean, it's just too bad if they resolve that, I think. Alright. Oh, what I was saying before. If they have a copy of Niv Mizzet, Justice Strike is one of our only answers to it. I'm tempted to discard it here to Radical Idea, but I'm not going to. It's just too bad. Alright, what next? We need to find something. Dawn of Hope. That would be the draw here. Yeah, that would be it, wouldn't it? Maybe they'll ionize this. That would be hilarious, actually. Okay, I mean, yeah, they would have used it if they had it. They don't have it. Pass it back. The only reason I would want that white source is the Dawn of Hope, but we don't have enough mana to really use it anyway. Okay, more Radical Idea. We can start trading soldiers for cards. And life, for that matter. This will be a tough one. And of course we have 4 Boros Guild Gates left in the deck to help our Dawn of Hope once it gets to that point. Oh. Oh, that's pretty good. Do you think it'll work? Do you think we can kill... Even Ionize doesn't beat it, so Beacon Bolt the Mystic. And if they counter this, we do it again. If they have their own devious cover-up, then we're in a bad way. Oh no, they do! That's really bad. That's so bad. I wasn't even thinking about that. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I can win now. But if we're going to win, it's going to be because we find something spectacular. They got their 6 damage spell back. Yeah, none of these help us at all. Guildgate kind of helps. Soldiers attacking help. I shouldn't have played the gate. I'm getting a bit flustered here, understandably. Why attack with both? I don't know, gain more life. Cool. That was one of the better draws we could have gotten. It doesn't counter the uncounterable spell, but it counters other stuff. Radical Idea, A Million Birds. Does Niv Mizzet save us here? Niv Mizzet's probably our only out. We have 1 turn to draw it. 5, 6, we're at 5. Yeah, I think Niv Mizzet could potentially win it for us here, but it'll be super close. Oh, everyone's getting their stuff countered. Sure, well, I mean, that's step 1 of not losing, is not letting them resolve an extra 3-4. 5, no real way to survive here, I think. I'm gonna... Well, hold on. Hold on a moment. Sworn Companion. Maximize Velocity. That costs red. Should have discarded Justice Strike. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Six. Let that happen. Our thing dies. We'll draw a card and play another companion and hope that's enough to survive. I mean, let's see. That's 6. They have 6 damage. And they have a direct current. Okay. Tough one. I don't like our Righteous Blow. So let's take that out. Maybe put in Cosmotronic Wave. Or, better yet, Collar the Culprit, which deals with some of their good stuff. And take out, I guess, Maximize Velocity. That just seems so bad. I mean, its best is just a card to discard to other things. We'll still want the extra white, so the mana base is nice. Maybe we want even one more way to kill their 1/5. That seems to be their only hot spell. Take out Hammer Dropper, because that's just a 4-drop that dies to their 3 drops that they can recur. Okay, let's do it. Game 3 of the finals for the draft. Would you like to play first? Yeah. The way we've built this, we want to get under their shields. And not a bad start. I mean, they're down to 6 already, so that's not a great sign for them. Keeping 6, looking at their top card, and they're going to bottom it. They are on the draw, so the mulligan doesn't hurt as much. And our draw is awkward, so they have that going for them. The first answer. The second white card. We don't need white cards here. We can't use any of them. Hopefully we draw red or white or Boros Guildgate or something here. We do not. This resolves, and maybe we catch a direct current with it. Just have to do this, I think. Sucks to use it that early, but I think it makes sense here. Not another one? Don't do it. Okay, Beam Splitter Mage. That's not one I'm afraid of. We have at least one good answer to it, as soon as we can draw a white. And if our Guild Mage survives, that's going to be looking deeper into our deck for land. Disappear the Guild Mage. Ouch. Desperate move, that puts them behind another card, effectively. Beam Splitter Mage. I guess I want to keep my Electromancer around. Even though trading off could be beneficial here. Why do they have Beam Splitter Mage? If there's a quasi-duplicate I don't know about, that could be annoying. Yeah, forget it. I'm going to attack in here. They just don't have the resources to trade, and we don't really need that one card now, and we'll probably get aggressive here. 5? What's this going to be? 3/4 flyer would be hard to beat unless we can find white off of the Whisper Agent. We have one untapped white source. Muse Drake. That's fine. Well, whatever it is, it's going to resolve, whether it's fine or not. Hypothesis. Ooh, let's top that. That'll let us discard some of the cards we just can't use here. Like this. Sworn Companion? Justice Strike's probably the worst one. It answers so few of their creatures. Wait. Oh, I F6 there, and I'm glad F3 exists, because we want to play this Guildgate second main. Whew. Nothing for them. That's good news for me. I'm definitely not attacking with Guild Mage here. And I'm going to try to play around Counter Magic, because that's just what they have in their deck. So I'll use Guild Mage. Well, what's this? Whoa. Inescapable Blaze. Yeah, we'll just draw a card then. And then we could counter the Blaze. Right, not a bad card to draw here. All they have is counter magic and uncounterable spells. Seems like a good combination. Ionize it? Or are they going to get back the stuff? Okay, they ionize that just because they have ionize and they don't know what to use it on. Fair enough. Goblin Crater Maker kills the Whisper Agent. They probably run that out right away, unless they're holding another Ionize in hand. No, I guess there's no reason for them to use it now. Huh. Oh. Okay. I see. They still have Ionize up if they... Or at least they can still represent it. Mystic. Don't counter the Mystic. Please. I'll even ask nicely. The second Ionize. Great. Sure. Even footing, they're probably a bit ahead here because... Well, maybe not. Well, they still have Murmuring Mystic to draw towards. We still have 2 answers to Murmuring Mystic and Niv Mizzet to look forward to. So maybe we're slightly favored here. Not to mention 3 more cards in our deck. Good planning there. What's this? Something tiny? Sure. Watcher in the Mist can resolve. Maybe I should have countered Watcher in the Mist. But we have a neat answer to it in Caller. No, I should have countered it. What are they going to do? Disdainful Stroke our Caller? They could. And they keep both on top. That's not necessarily good for me. Color this. And if the last card they have is Disdainful Stroke, well, then they got me. But this looks pretty good. Hopefully they left something big on top that they don't have counter magic backup for. They've used 2 Ionizes. They play a land. They could not have topped a land. Impossible. I won't believe it. But it could be the Draw X, Deal X spell, in which case Disdainful Stroke is very good. Are they going to do it? Yeah, tap out. Set 5? Draw 5, deal 5? No. Ornery Goblin. Maybe they're going to try to bait counter magic here. I don't know. It's a good draw against us, though. Yeah, even Dazzling Lights doesn't really help us. I want to play lands here because Niv Mizzet is better with a few extra lands. And we can still discard 1 island here. Okay. That's a good start. It might be the counter spell, too. We have to navigate this very carefully. Sizzle, but we still have Disdainful Stroke backup. Mission Briefing. Ionize, I think. They topped Mission Briefing. Yeah, they've got to Ionize here. Oh, I hope they get the 4-mana counterspell. This would just be over. Wait. Okay, Hypothesizzle on the stack. And they cast Ionize on Hypothesizzle. And okay, it gets ionized. Back to you. Whoa, didn't they keep 2 cards on top? One of them must have been a land, I guess. That gets stroked. And then we can... They're out of stuff, so I'm going to Radical Idea, Island. We get Dawn of Hope. Oh, that's too good. Now we can attack into this. Good luck. Yeah, one of our soldiers dies, but we draw a card and get them to 2. And that's worth the trade-off here. So, yes. Pass Wall Adept. Boros Guildgate, pass. And that, I mean, they need an answer immediately, or we win the draft. With this sweet deck. Yeah, we take it home. That was a competitive league, so 6 packs and 150 play points or whatever, but I don't recommend playing over 40 cards. I would stick to it. I mean, I've done over 100 drafts and I've never done it. Maybe by accident I've submitted 41, or even against a mill deck. I've played against that card, Drowning Hope or whatever the card's called, and I've still stayed at 40 cards. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and until next time, good luck in your drafts.